Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the NWA review for the 31st of August 2021. NWA coming off their 73rd edition or 73rd year celebration and the Empower pay per view. I mean, ultimately, the NWA still, at least for my interest and money, puts forth one of the best products in wrestling if you're a wrestling fan and not a fan of the more sports entertainment mentality. Joe Galli opens the show and notes that Nick Aldis has asked for a leave of absence from the NWA after his loss of the championship. He throws to Kyle Davis, who interview Camille and Tom Latimer. Camille is upset with Corgan for having to wrestle 2 nights in a row, claims that Corgan's trying to injure her and Latimer into working double duty. Latimer had to wrestle in a street fight. Davis interviews Trevor Murdoch at the interview podium. Camille and Latimer leave in anger. Fans have a huge reaction to Murdoch, as one would expect, him winning the championship and all. Murdoch puts over Aldis while saying he didn't like him personally. Professionally, he was a good champion. Murdoch says he hopes to see Aldis again soon and wanted to work out their remaining business as men. He thanks the fans for their support, and this is very emotional. He is a good champion. I'm just not sure that that's where you build around Colby Corino. Jax Dane and Pope are at the podium, and they talk about their title matches that they were promised. Corino said he won the tournament for his whole team, and he wasn't going to miss when taking his shot. Pope talked about how he's going to wait for the right time to make his move for a title in the NWA, and everyone knows that when he does it. Jax Dane talked about his shot and called out Trevor Murdoch. Kiera Hogan defeats Sky Blue. Squash match here, and there's a little bit more at the finish. Hogan and Blue shake hands before they lock up, and Sky Blue hits a headlock takeover in basic old school mode, and then Hogan manages to push Blue back into the corner, hits a chop and a drop kick right to the face of Blue. Blue responds with a super kick and gets a near fall of her own, then hits the face of the music, or Hogan hits the face of the music on Blue for the pinfall. Hogan walked up to Mickie James on commentary and told her that she needs to respect her. Gemicide, Paola Blaze, and Taryn Tyrell are at the podium. Tyrell talked about Lady Frost, and that's the problem, keeps them getting a win, and the only reason they didn't get a win, Hex comes out, Marty Bell points out that Frost actually takes the win from her, and then Paola Blaze challenges Bell to a match, but nothing seems to come of it. Rebellion comes out for the promo. Mecha Wolf puts over Hex as tag team champions, saying they were like themselves. It kind of comes off kind of awkward. Anyway, Rude's dudes, Al Rudo and Nick Stanley, defeat the ill-begotten Rush Freeman and Captain Yuma, relative unknowns in the area. Decent enough tag match, but it's a squash. Yuma does some comedy stuff fans get behind, and he obviously is an enhancement talent role here. Galli informs us that this is a qualifying match for the 9-team tournament to determine the new contenders for the NWA Tag Team Championships. Why do we have a 9-team tournament instead of an 8-team tournament or a 10-team tournament? Even numbers would make more sense. Stanley complained that Yuma abused the draw line with a headlock, and Storm said that they were a little rude in, kind of just crazy, goofy stuff here. Stanley chokes Freeman, and Velvet makes a joke after hearing Storm make one just a moment ago. Stanley hits the ropes and goes for a move, only to put a foot on Freeman's chest. Interesting crowd psychology there. Freeman makes tag to Yuma, who knocks Stanley off the apron and hits Tornado DDT on Rudo for the 2 count, and then Stanley breaks that up. Stanley hits a double stomp off the top rope for a backbreaker by Rudo for the 3 count. La Rebellion with Kyle Davis. They run down the tournament. La Rebellion said they're going to take the tag titles to Mexico until NWA is able to bring challengers worth their time. I wonder if there's actually some interplay with a Mexican promotion or two. That would be good for the NWA as a brand. Chris Adonis and Melina come out to the podium. Adonis said that it is ridiculous that Melina's not on the card, and he blames Billy Corgan for it. I don't know that blaming the owner is this much in stories is getting a little old. Adonis notes that there's an agreement, and Melina said she's tired of Camille, and anyway, before there could be an answer to this, James Mitchell comes out and talks about how Judas is going to crush him and take the NWA national title from him, and Adonis is not impressed with this. Kenzie Page defeats Chelsea Green. Green starts going right after Page, hitting a kick in the corner and some stomps, and Green goes front on prettier, but Page fights and rolls out into a sunset flip as Green is pinning her quickly. Kenzie Page beating Chelsea Green is good for, I guess, Kenzie Page. I do think there needs to be more quality women in the independent scene at this point, as luckily most of the really good women are signed with national companies right now. Green starts screaming, going nuts, and seems a hot mess is coming back, and she throws a tantrum. In the ring, Austin Idol interrupts a promo of James Storm and said that Tyrus and himself looked all over the world for talent for Tyrus to face. Tonight, Black G's and Jordan Clearwater come out, which is weird because they're aligned with Tyrus. Clearwater looked like he's going to fight, but Black G's comes into the ring first, and Black G's immediately drop-kicked Tyrus and hit a frog splash and then a DDT for a near fall. G's then hits a missile dropkick, but Tyrus kicked out, and Tyrus swats him from the air and hits an exploder suplex and a heart punch to finish the match. Weird way to end the show. Anyway, not necessarily a fan of this particular show as a bottom line, basically because the stories don't make sense, but maybe they will in coming weeks. We'll be back with more right after this.